She called her mother every single morning, until one day, the phone never rang. And when police found her on a rural road, her husband was already standing there, with blood on his knuckles, and a story that kept changing. The phone rang every morning at the same time. Joyce Adams would hear her daughter's voice before the sun cleared the trees outside West Salem. Barbara called before leaving for work. Every day. A ritual so steady that Joyce could set her watch by it. But on September 16th, 2016, the phone stayed silent. Joyce waited. The minutes passed. No call. Across town, a school cafeteria waited for a woman who had never missed a shift in 14 years. Barbara Kendammer did not show up. She did not call in sick. She vanished from the routines that had defined her life. By the time anyone started asking questions, she was already lying on a rural road. Todd Kendammer stood a few feet from his wife's body when the first deputy arrived. His face was wet. His hands were bloodied. He spoke quickly, the words tumbling out. A metal pipe had flown off an oncoming truck. It came through the windshield, hit Barbara in the head and throat. He said he pulled over, pulled the pipe out, pulled Barbara from the passenger seat. He said he tried to save her. The deputy looked at the car. The windshield had a hole. A 10-pound galvanized steel pipe lay on the ground. It looked like a freak accident on a quiet Wisconsin morning. But something made the deputy keep looking. The deputy asked Todd where they had been driving. Todd explained he was running an errand before dropping Barbara at work. He was going to pick up a truck for a windshield replacement job. That was why they were on County Road M, heading away from the school. But when investigators called the man Todd named, the man said no job had been arranged. Another name, another denial. Todd gave 3 different explanations for why they were on that road. Each version changed. Each witness said the same thing. No appointment, no truck, no reason for the Kendammers to be driving past the horse ranch at 7:57 that morning. Surveillance footage from a nearby horse ranch captured the Kendammer vehicle, passing at approximately 7:57 a.m. The camera showed the road, the car, no truck traveling in the opposite direction, no flatbed, no trailer, no vehicle from which a pipe could have fallen. Investigators found one passerby who had driven through the area around 8 a.m. That driver saw the Kendammer car near the ditch. The passenger door was open. But the driver did not see obvious windshield damage. The truck that Todd described had left no trace. It existed only in Todd's words. Todd had blood on his knuckles. He had scratches running down his neck and across his chest. He explained these injuries as the result of reaching through broken glass. He said his side work with auto glass had left his hands conditioned to such damage. But prosecutors saw something else in those marks. The pattern of scratches suggested fingernails. The bloodied knuckles suggested impact with something harder than glass. They believed Barbara had fought back. They believed the injuries on Todd's body were evidence of a struggle inside that car before it ever reached County Road M. A struggle that left his skin marked and his story permanently stained. Dr. Kathleen McCubbin examined Barbara's body. The cause of death was blunt impact injuries to the head and neck, but the number of injuries troubled the medical examiner. Skull fractures, a broken nose, bruising spread across the face, and a fracture of the cricoid cartilage, the ring-shaped structure in the lower throat. That specific injury, Dr. McCubbin testified, is almost never caused by a flying object. It is caused by strangulation, by direct pressure, by hands. The doctor said a single pipe impact could not explain the variety of trauma on Barbara's body. The injuries told a story of repeated, forceful violence. The 10-pound steel pipe sat in an evidence bag, silent and heavy. It had no blood on it, no tissue, no hair. If the pipe had struck Barbara with enough force to kill her, some trace of her should have remained on the metal. There was nothing. Investigators examined the blood and glass patterns inside the car. The distribution suggested Barbara had not been seated normally in the passenger seat when the windshield broke. The angles did not align with Todd's description of a sudden, chaotic impact. The pipe looked like it had been placed, not thrown, like a prop arranged after the fact. Todd Kendammer made a decision that most defendants avoid. He took the witness stand. He looked at the jury and denied ever striking his wife. He explained his changing stories as the result of trauma. His thoughts were on Barbara, on saving her. He said he loved her. He would never hurt her. The prosecution asked him about the truck again, about the pipe, about the scratches on his neck. Todd answered each question. His voice remained steady. But the jury watched his hands. They listened to each version of each story. They had to decide. A grieving husband or a man constructing a defense from fragments of truth. The jury deliberated for 10 hours. On December 15, 2017, Todd Allen Kendammer was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide. He was sentenced to life in prison. Parole eligibility was set for March 9, 2048. He will be nearly 80 years old before he can ask for freedom. His children, Jessica and Jordan, sat in the courtroom. They had lost their mother. Now they believed they were losing their father to a conviction they did not accept as just. Barbara's mother, Joyce, who had waited every morning for a phone call that stopped coming, saw a different justice. 2 families. 1 verdict. The Wisconsin Court of Appeals rejected Todd's claims in June 2024. The conviction stands. The pipe remains in evidence. The truck Todd described has never been found. Forensic experts continue to disagree about whether the medical evidence proves homicide or accident. The children of Barbara and Todd Kendammer continue to visit their father in prison. They still believe he is innocent. Somewhere on County Road M, on a September morning that no longer exists, something happened inside a car. Only 2 people knew the truth. One is dead. The other is serving a life sentence. Rest in peace, Barbara Kendammer.